This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so I hope you are able to see my screen and you are able to hear me clearly. You can confirm through the chat box or you can just give me the thumbs up. I can already see a lot of thumbs up, so great. Okay, so let's get started now. So first of all, welcome all of you to this new batch on SAP S/4HANA Finance. I know many of you have registered maybe a few months back to join this batch, and finally it is starting today. So thanks for your patience, and we will make sure that whatever is your objective of attending this particular session, we will make sure that the quality training has been provided. You are able to understand all the things in detail, and it will definitely help you to become a very good SAP FICO consultant in future. Right. So saying that, let me now uh, go through some of the important things today and how we are going to structure this particular batch. That is exactly what I'm going to talk about in next few minutes, right? So first of all, those of you, I think all of you already know, my name is Vikram, and I am the trainer for this particular batch. But just a high level introduction which will help you to understand where I'm coming from, what is my background, and what you can expect during this particular course. So I have around 17 years of experience in SAP consulting. Over these 17 years, I worked on different roles. Okay, so obviously, I started like you, I took the training, then I got the chance to work for a company where I was treated as a maybe the junior consultant. I was trying to support the SAP senior consultants on their day to day activities. Slowly, the companies started giving me more roles and responsibilities. They have given me the task to support directly to the customer who are already using SAP system. Instead of helping the senior consultants, I was given the opportunities where I was directly facing the customers. I was trying to provide them the solutions, and then after that some trust has been built, companies also provided me to not only support the customer but also be the part of the implementation projects. So I have been the part of different implementation projects on SAP ECC, which was the old product from SAP. So that is how my journey started. I started working on the SAP implementation projects. Obviously, after a few years, I was not restricted myself to only SAP FI. I took the training on SAP CO in detail, where I understood the complex topics in CO like product costing, COPA, started working in that particular domain, worked on different projects on SAP CO. And obviously, when you are experienced, if you have more than 6 7 years of experience, you don't want to restrict yourself only to FICO. I started exploring the other things. Have done the self learning for SD, PP, because these are the things which are integrated with SAP FICO. And more you learn about the integrated topics, you will get more and more opportunities. You will grow like anything, right? So that is where I started learning the different modules. And when I had the good understanding of different SAP modules, it was not only restricted to SAP FICO role. I started taking the roles as solution architect, When you say solution architect, it means a person who is not specific to the particular module, but he knows the end-to-end processes from the purchase to sales to accounting to manufacturing. And we if someone is having that knowledge, he can play the role of the solution architect who is responsible to design the end-to-end solutions. So when you work as a solution architect, there is a team available with you. You have a separate FI consultant, consultant, SD consultant, PP consultant. But as a solution manager or as a solution architect, you need to guide them, like how the integrated processes will be set up for the customer. Right? Played some roles related to project management also. And from last maybe 5 years, I have not restricted myself to the particular permanent role within the companies. I have my own company now. Obviously, one is for the training where we are taking the this kind of trainings and the corporate trainings. And apart from that, our company is also doing the consulting uh, activities. Consulting means we are providing the SAP consulting services to the companies all across the world. We are working on some of the projects in US, in Europe, in Middle East, obviously in India. So that is where we stand today. So this particular thing, the training part, this is something which I personally, if you ask me, I do only on weekends. I don't do any kind of trainings, or I don't conduct any trainings during the weekdays, because as I told you, weekdays are already full for the activities that we do from the consulting perspective. So that is where we stand, and that is the reason you will find that most of my trainings are only on weekends, and during the year maybe I conduct two batches for FI and one or two batches for other topics like SAP RAR, SAP CO, SAP Central Finance. So these are some of the things which I have the expertise. So that is a very high level introduction to me, so that you know who is your trainer, what is the background. You can always go through my LinkedIn profile. You will find it more what kind of projects I worked, what are the things I'm doing. So I keep on updating there. Also the knowledge sharing. You will find a lot of content which I create in terms of just helping the SAP consultants, or few guys who wants to become the SAP consultant. For example, the knowledge on SAP FI, or knowledge on SAP RAR, or knowledge on SAP CFIN. So just follow me on LinkedIn. You will be able to find more on that. Okay, not only in LinkedIn, also on YouTube. So on YouTube also you will find a lot of content which has been created. Uh, Normally, I don't create the separate content for YouTube. I just share whatever knowledge I'm giving to my students. Like for example, this session is being recorded. If I find that this session is can be helpful for my YouTube community, I just upload this video on YouTube, so that others are also getting benefited out of that particular topic. Okay, so now let's talk about this particular batch, so that everyone is clear how are we going to conduct this batch, what you can expect from me, what I'm expecting from you, right? So first of all, do's and don'ts during the session. Now you may find that, sir, we have been muted. What if we have any doubts? So the reason for keeping you on mute is because there are a lot of participants, and even if there are more than 4 or 5 participants, and if you allow everyone to unmute the mic, there will be a lot of background noise. It would be very difficult to understand each other what we are speaking. So to make sure that the quality of the audio is good, it is perfect, that is the reason we normally ask all of you to be muted. But that doesn't mean that you are not allowed to speak. Whenever you have any doubt, you can definitely, I will give you enough time to unmute yourself and go ahead with your doubt. Okay, so you will understand in one or two sessions how we'll make sure that the quality of the audio is also good, but at the same time you are definitely motivated to speak out, so that none of your doubts are uh, like unclarified. Okay, so please make sure that your mic is muted during the session. Number two is avoid multitasking. So if you really want to get the benefit of this course, provide me this dedicated time. So we are only going to have the session maybe 90 minutes or 2 hours uh, every Saturday and every Sunday. So this 90 minutes or this 2 hours of time, I want you to focus on the topic rather than just uh, connecting on this meeting and parallelly doing some other work, maybe the homework or the office work, whatever it is. So if you do that, there is no point, right? So if you really want to get benefited, make sure that you have given dedicatedly this time and you are just following what I'm trying to speak during the session. Okay, another important thing, join the session from laptop and computers. This is not the session which you should join from your mobile device. Okay, mobile device will not give you that much understanding, because see, this is a today's maybe the theoretical session, maybe tomorrow also is a conceptual session in which it is fine if it is theory, you can do it from your mobile device. But going forward from the next week onwards, we are going to see the SAP screens. You will not be able to understand the SAP screens properly if you follow through the mobile. And it is not something which is just for 5-10 minutes. It is going to be 90 minutes to 2 hour session. So I want you to make sure that you are always joining the sessions through laptops or computers. Okay, no mobile devices. And obviously, don't be afraid to ask the question. Your question can be as silly as possible. Don't afraid that this is a very basic question, I should not ask in this forum. That is not the case. You will automatically find by tomorrow people are asking the question. Some of the questions are definitely a very good quality questions, but there are some other questions which are silly. But even though the questions are silly, those needs to be answered. If you don't raise those questions, the doubt will remain in your mind and you may not be able to get benefited of these live sessions. So make sure, as silly as the question is, it is clarified during the session. If not during the session, after the session also, I will tell you what are the ways in which you can clarify your doubts. Okay, and during the session, like for example, if I'm speaking now and I'm not allowing you to unmute, what you can do is you can type your question on the chat screen so that you also don't forget that question, and even I can have the access to that question, that okay, you have raised this question on the chat screen and I need to answer that. So some of the questions you can write on the chat screen, some of the other questions I will give you enough time to unmute your mic and proceed with your doubt. Okay, next one, how this course is going to be delivered. So just give me a minute. Yeah, I'm just verifying if my slides are moving. Yeah, so how this course is going to be delivered. So trainer will conduct the live sessions every weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, this Saturday, Sunday is IST, Indian Standard Time. If you are from US, this may be Friday and Saturday night for you. Okay, so depending upon from which time zone you are coming, make sure that you follow this time, 8 a.m. IST, Saturday, Sunday, 8 a.m. IST. Okay, and the sessions are going to be around 4 hours of session every week, which means 2 hours of session on Saturday, 2 hours of session on Sunday. Okay, and during the session, we are also going to cover the exercises. It is not only going to be the theoretical session, we are also going to perform the exercises in the SAP system. So this is what you can expect from me as a trainer. From the participants, what I'm expecting, participants need to attend all the sessions. If you really want to get benefited, you have to attend each and every session, right? That is the reason you are here, right? If you already invested and if you are not utilizing that, then you will not get benefited. So I want you to attend each and every session. After the session, you will be also provided with the recordings of the session. So I know it is sometimes, if you are even following the end-to-end session, if you are going through the full session, but later on after 2 days, if you want to remind yourself what exactly was covered, what exactly was uh, like which topics were covered during the session, and if you want to revise those topics, you can always watch the recordings of that video. And whatever exercises were completed during the session, I'm also expecting you to complete all those exercises on your own, right? So whatever I'm showing you, I want you to follow me. I want you because Saturday, Sunday, I'm taking the sessions, Monday to Friday, or even after the Sunday session, you have enough time to go through all the recordings and to complete the activities or exercises on your own. Participants can join these sessions to clarify any doubts, errors in system during practice. If you are facing any issues, if you have any doubts when you are practicing also, one option is you can join this session. In this session also, once we are done with the topic, I will give you enough time to ask the questions not only related to the topics that we covered today, any of the previous session topics you can open up and you can say, sir, I'm trying to do this, but I'm getting this error. Can you please help? Definitely, we'll do that. But in addition to that, I don't want you to wait for the entire week to raise your doubt. I don't want you to, if you are doing the practice on Monday, it should not happen, oh, I'm got stuck. So no problem. Next Saturday, I will ask Vikram to solve this issue. So I don't want you to wait for those 5, 6 days to clarify your doubt. What you can do is immediately, as soon as you receive any, as soon as you came across any error or any issue or any clarification, what I want you to do is you can post your doubt on the WhatsApp group. We have created the WhatsApp group, and those of you who have still not joined the WhatsApp group, please join, because that is our main communication channel. Right? It is not possible every time for each one of you to write an email to communicate with us. It is not possible for us also to write an email to communicate with you that maybe there are some changes in the session time, or maybe there are some, for example, from your side that you are facing this issue and you want the solution. All these things can be done uh, very well in the WhatsApp group. That is the reason WhatsApp group is important. Those of you who are still not joined, please join this group so that you are getting all the information on the group. Okay. And it is like, as I told you, now you will say, sir, WhatsApp group is there, but as you told that you will be also busy on the consulting activities, so will you be able to provide us the solution in the weekdays? The answer is, in addition to me, we also have the dedicated support team. Okay, and they are available to assist you solve the issues immediately. You don't need to wait for me. You can just post your doubts on the WhatsApp group. Some of my team member, they will immediately contact you, or on the WhatsApp group itself, they will provide you the solution. Right? So this is very important. This is a thing which we added recently, and this is giving a very good. We are getting a very good response from the students. They are happy that okay, they don't need to wait for any doubts to get resolved. Their doubts are getting resolved immediately. Okay, and as I told you, all the sessions related communication will happen through the WhatsApp group as a primary communication channel. Those of you who don't know which WhatsApp group we are talking about, when you received the email, okay, when you received the email of the session link, in that link itself, there is a WhatsApp group link which you can join. If you still have any doubts, if you still are not able to find that WhatsApp group, I will tell you how you can reach out to my team and how they can help you with the adding into the group. Okay, maybe the last 1 or 2 slides before we go to the doubts. The course material, I'll be providing you this link. I'll be providing you this file also, which I'm presenting now. So there is a link here which will help you to access the session recordings. Okay, so I'll be providing you 2 links. One link for already completed batch. Okay, for example, the recent batch that I completed in SAP FICO is the August batch. And I'll be providing you the link of our batch also, our batch recording also. Now, why I'm providing you the link of the last batch? In case, if you want to be prepared when you are coming to the sessions, if you want to be prepared, okay, today, for example, you are in Monday and you already know this Saturday, Vikram is going to cover this particular topic. How will you know? Because I already covered those topics in my previous batch. You can just go through that video and be prepared for the session. Okay. Those of you who are proactive, this is something which I have seen in my previous batch also. I found out there are many people who are proactive. They go through the recordings before I take that topic, and they are very, very professional. They note down those doubts. They make sure that those doubts are clarified during my explanation, right? So you can also follow them. It is always good that you are prepared before the session itself, and it will definitely help you to understand the topic very well. So you'll be getting the recordings of my previous batch, you'll be getting the recordings of this particular batch, and you'll be also getting some documents, right? There are a lot of PDFs, PPTs which we have created. Okay, some of the PPTs we have created, some of the important PPT or PDF files we are sharing from SAP, so that you are aware what are the topics which are part of the SAP certification exam also. So those documents will be shared through this link. Okay, and now these are the topics which we are going to cover during our uh, training. Okay, let's forget about week wise. The topics I will tell you later. But the last thing that I wanted to tell you is, if you have any further doubts, you can write a mail to info@gauravconsulting.com, or you can WhatsApp us on these numbers. So those of you who have still not got the, maybe you don't know which WhatsApp group we are talking about, just WhatsApp on this number. Tell my team that you want us to add in the WhatsApp group, so that my team can send you the link, or they can add you on that WhatsApp group. Okay, so please note down this information. This is important. Anytime if you have any doubt, these are the communication channels through which you can reach out to my team. And as I told you, my dedicated team is available. They will support you immediately. You don't need to wait for these sessions. Okay, I hope it is very clear now. All of you, are you clear that what exactly you can expect out of this course, and what is our expectation from you during the course? Anyone? Any doubts? Okay, maybe someone is saying on the chat that as of now only admins can send the message. No problem. We will remove that restriction, because the group is being, I think yesterday itself it was created, but you will find in another 1 or 2 days that you are also allowed to write, or you are allowed to use that WhatsApp group. Okay, now if you have any doubt, there is a hand raise button. Okay, you will be able to see the hand raise button. You can use that option, so that I know you have a doubt and I allow you to unmute and go ahead with your question. That is option number one. And option number two is obviously the chat screen. So I already see some of the things on the chat screen. Let me first answer that, and then I will go to the hands raised. Yeah, Lakshminath, as I told you, if you have not received any communication on the WhatsApp group, I provided you some WhatsApp numbers and our email ID. Just write to us and we will make sure that you are added to that group. Okay, I can also actually provide you the group link here itself. Maybe let me do it at the end of the session. I need to copy that. Okay, I think all the questions are related to WhatsApp group, so I think those are already answered now. Okay, and then there is one hand which is raised. I can see Gitesh. Gitesh, just give me a minute. I will allow you to unmute. Yes, Gitesh, you are unmuted from my side. Just unmute yourself and proceed with your doubt.
No, sir, I don't have any doubt. Actually, there was a voice problem initially.
Okay,
That's why. It's
no
resolved.
problem.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, so anyone, any other doubts before I go and start our first topic for today? We will keep the session very short today because I know this is your first session, and I know some of you are attending this kind of sessions after a long break. So I don't want to pressurize you on day one itself. I just wanted to communicate what you can expect out of the course, and what are my expectations. What I'll do is I'll take the small topic for today and then we will continue the discussion tomorrow. So anyone, any other doubts, please let me know. Otherwise, I will go to our first topic and we will go through one of the topic for today. Okay, if not, then let me take you. Okay, first of all, before I take you to the topic, let me also clarify the topics that we are going to discuss so that there is no confusion. Don't worry about this week, okay, because this weekly schedule was prepared for the guided batch. So you don't need to worry about the week. Just focus on the topics that we are going to cover. So starting from today itself, we are going to start our first topic, that is SAP S/4HANA Basics. Right? When we say SAP S/4HANA Basics, we will understand what exactly is SAP S/4HANA, what is SAP HANA, what is SAP Fiori, what are the different deployment options available in SAP S/4HANA. Okay, we will also understand SAP implementation methodologies. Okay, so these are the three topics that we are going to cover under SAP S/4HANA Basics. So it will take us around 3 sessions. So starting from today, tomorrow, and next Saturday, we will continue our discussion on these topics. Okay, SAP S/4HANA Basics. Now, once we are done with SAP S/4HANA Basics, we will move from next week onwards to enterprise structure. Okay, we'll start the topic called as enterprise structure, in which we will understand the customer's organization structure. So when you are implementing SAP for a customer, you need to understand what are the important configurations or what are the important organization elements that you need to create. So again, if you are completely new to SAP, if you are not able to understand the technicalities, you can completely ignore. But this explanation that I'm giving to someone who is having basic knowledge, maybe if someone is not completely new to SAP, maybe you have done the training earlier, or maybe you have maybe 1 or 2 years of experience as an end user, as a consultant. So for you, just to give you the overview of what you can expect in terms of the topics to be covered, this is for you. But for those of you who are completely new, you don't understand what is enterprise structure today, you have never heard about company code in SAP, in that case, you can completely ignore. For you, I have the straightforward answer. The topics that we are going to cover in this particular course are the topics which are going to help you to get your first opportunity, right? So all those topics which are important for you to start your career, those topics are covered during this course. But if you are already having 4 years of experience and you are expecting the advanced topics like SAP CO, product costing, COPA, or maybe you are expecting a lot of detail on the integration or the interfaces or the RISEF. So that is something which is not covered in this course, because this course is designed for beginners, right? So for those of you who are completely new, I think I answered your question, what we are going to cover. But for those of you who are a little bit of background on SAP, or they already know some of the important things like company code and all, for you it is important to understand at the detail level what topics we are going to cover. So we are going to cover the enterprise structure, which includes the organization structure, company code, business area, segment. Okay, these are just example. I know there are a lot of other things which will be covered under enterprise structure. Global parameters like fiscal year, posting period, field status variant, chart of account, controlling area setup. That is all we are going to cover under the enterprise structure component. After that, we will be starting with general ledger accounting. So within general ledger accounting, we will also understand the basics of CO. We will create the GL master data, cost center master data, profit center master data. We will see how the manual JVs are performed. We will post the documents. We will create the validations and substitutions. Okay, we will see how the accruals and deferrals are handled in SAP. We will see how the recurring postings are done. What is the financial statement version? Okay, those are the activities that we'll be doing under general ledger accounting. Now at the high level, we will understand the AR and AP component. Okay, we will understand how to create the customer, vendor, or a business partner master data. We will see how the invoices are processed, how the payments are done to the suppliers, how the payments are received from the customers, both in the manual way as well as the automatic way. Okay, and we will also understand the down payments. Down payments means advance payments. Sometimes we make the advance payments to our suppliers. Sometimes we get the advance payment from our customers. So how those things are going to be handled, that would be part of AR and AP. Okay, within AP and AR, as I told you, we will be also discussing automatic payment program. We'll be discussing dunning. Dunning is a payment reminder. So if your customer is not paying on time, you need to send the reminders to the customer for the payment. That is called as dunning. So how that dunning process is handled in SAP, how the intercompany transactions will be handled, what is document splitting and the usual accounting. Those are the topics that we'll be discussing in AP and AR. And finally, we'll be discussing about asset accounting. So how the assets are created, how the postings are done, how to purchase the asset, how to sell the asset, how to post the depreciation run, okay, how to carry out the year-end activities, right? So those things we'll be discussing. As I told you, this is at the very high level because I know many of you are completely new. You may not be able to digest this, but remember this course is on SAP FI in detail, and we are going to cover only the basics of CO. Okay, CO, we are only going to cover the basics of cost center accounting, profit center accounting. We are not going to discuss anything in detail related to the advanced CO topics like product costing, COPA, material ledger. This is something which is beyond our scope, which is not in our scope. So normally what I do is I divide the FI and CO into two parts. It is not only I divide, it is divided from SAP also. So FI, uh, in my FI course, I cover the FI in detail and the overview to CO. And then in my CO course, okay, which I don't recommend to you as of now, if you are completely new to SAP or if you are having only 1 or 2 years of experience in SAP, I don't recommend you to go for CO now. CO you should learn only after at least 3 years of consulting experience. Because if you want to learn CO, you need to be very good at SAP FI. Number one, you also need to be good, may not be very good, but you need to have the understanding of and SD processes, even the PP processes to learn proper CO. Okay, and that is the reason I don't recommend as a fresher, as a beginner, you learn both at the same time. What you can do is you can start with FI, which you already done. You're already in my FI training now. So once you are done with FI training, if you are already working in the company, good, just gain some experience of 2 3 years. If you are complete beginner, after this training, look for the opportunities, work for 2 to 3 years in the company, and then once you start working in the company, you will understand the basic processes in FI, SD, PP, then go for SAP CO. It will help you to understand the topics in detail. Okay, is it clear now? Everything from the content point of view, what we are going to cover? Yes, Sridhar is asking, are you going to discuss the differences between ECC and S4HANA? See, our target here is not to discuss the difference on ECC and S4HANA. Our target here to learn SAP S4HANA from beginning. But saying that, definitely, whenever I'm going to talk about a specific topic, I will also help you to understand what has been changed compared to ECC. So during the session, we are not going to use SAP ECC system at all. We are going to do everything in SAP S4HANA. But theoretically, wherever possible, wherever there has been any change, I will discuss the difference between ECC and S4HANA. Okay. Archana is asking, do you have any advanced courses as well? Yes, we have the advanced courses available. So it totally depends upon you, what advanced topics you want to learn. So for example, if you want to learn the advanced topics in CO, we have a separate CO course. If you want to learn the advanced topics like FSCM, Central Finance, RAR, You can go through our platform and you will be able to see a lot of advanced courses available. Okay. Sarabjit, yes. Just give me a minute. I will allow you to unmute. Yes, Sarabjit, you are unmuted from my side.
Yeah, hi Gaurav.
Yeah.
Vikram, sorry. Yeah. So my question, I think I'm little maybe it's my bad. I'm a little confused here because I thought we are going to cover the entire FICO from the configurations perspective as well, because I'm not totally new to SAP world. So
Mm-hmm.
I just guide me. I mean, how do I proceed here? Because I have been handling SAP projects from past 20 years now. So
Mm-hmm.
I came with the expectation that at the end of this course I'll be good enough to configure the FICO and all those configurations I can take and help the customers in my implementation programs.
Mm-hmm. No, so see, what like you said 20 years of experience, but is that 20 years of experience you got as the FI consultant or
No, I started as a technical guy, the beginning, SAP Enterprise portals, moved on to
Mhm,
SAP Mobility, SAP Cloud, when it used to be called SCP, now it's BDP. And then I think last 7 to 8 years, I've been managing the larger programs for one of the SAP consulting firm here, where I was acting as a delivery manager. So, I have seen the integration of all the different modules of SAP, but I wanted to
mhm.
upskill myself on the SAP Finance as well. So that's the reason I joined this course.
Yeah, yeah. So see, in short, I will consider you a complete new to SAP FI.
Yeah, FI perspective, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, see, as I told you,
Mhm.
I understand that you want to learn both SAP FI and SAP CO. But if you see the course content, if you even see the website where we maintained, you will find there are two separate courses for FI and CO. So, this course will definitely help you to understand FI in detail, CO basics. Okay, but again, let me also clarify if there is any doubt in others' mind also.
Yeah.
So, if you are getting confused, if I apply for the opportunities which says SAP FICO, does it mean that we'll be able to cover everything which is in FICO? The answer is yes. I'll tell you why. When someone is telling you, I am looking for SAP FICO consultant, it means they are looking for the consultant who is good in SAP FI and
Mhm.
has the basic understanding of CO. Because if the company is looking for someone who they want to work on product costing, copa, material ledger, which are the advanced topics on SAP CO, they will never say that they are looking for SAP FICO consultants. They will say we are looking for SAP CO consultant, or they will say we are looking for SAP product costing consultant, SAP copa consultant, SAP material ledger consultant, because these three areas in
Mhm.
CO are very advanced and they are the skill in that in itself.
Mhm.
Right? So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to tell you that when I say SAP FICO, whatever it takes to become a SAP FICO consultant, you will learn here. Okay, and obviously, I'm not saying that after this course you will show 5 years of experience. Definitely not. That is not the objective of this course.
Agreed.
This course is for beginners. This course will help you to gain the knowledge to understand how SAP FICO works at the beginner level. So when you are applying for your first opportunity, or maybe if you are having 1 or 2 years of experience, definitely you will feel confident in your role to work on the other projects that you are going to take in future. But definitely, let me be very clear. After this course, you will not be able to call yourself as a product costing consultant, COPA consultant, material ledger consultant. And how to resolve this issue? Maybe for you, if you really want to go for both, Sarabjit, is first you complete the FI, then you can go with our CO course, which is available as a self-paced. Okay, so I'm not sure when we are going to start the next batch on CO, but that course is definitely going to help you all the things in CO in detail.
So is
I'm recommending you because you have the, as you said, you have 20 years of industry experience. May not be in SAP consulting or may not be in SAP functional consulting, but 20 years of experience is good time to understand the business processes. So I am assuming that you are already aware of that.
I'm already aware of that, so I
Yeah,
understand all the technical interfaces, integrations, and everything. I myself I know the EWM side as well pretty well, though it's
yeah.
not directly connected with the finance side. So only the last question. So by the end of this course, at least AR, AP, asset accounting from all these sides, the configuration pieces I'll be able to understand
Definitely.
and
Yes,
configure in the system as well. Correct?
yes, yes, 100%.
Perfect. Thanks. I think I'm good then.
Yeah. Just the suggestion for others, those of you who are complete beginners, the suggestion that I give to Sarabjit is not applicable to you. I already give you the suggestion. If you really want to learn CO, do it after 2 to 3 years of the consulting experience, because you need to learn how the industries work in order to learn CO. It is not very theoretical that you, okay, just like FI, you came and you learned. You will not be able to understand, you will not be able to digest anything if you go to CO directly without any industry experience. Okay,
Thank you, Gaurav. I really appreciate this.
thank you, Sarabjit. Okay, just give me a minute. I can see there are a few more questions on the chat screen. Prakash is saying, will you cover the integration also? Yes, we will be covering the basic integration of MM and SD. Osama is asking, is there a job opportunity available for SAP FI only? Normally, his company asks for experience of FI and CO both. I think I already answered Osama. When they say SAP FI CO, that is exactly what we are going to cover in this. But when they say SAP CO, that is not going to be covered in this. That is a completely different, uh, you can say, ball game, right? So yes, when companies are looking for SAP FI CO candidates, that is exactly what you are going to learn in this course. Aishwarya is asking, are you providing the server access? Yes, you will be provided with the server access, because without practicing, you will not be able to apply your knowledge. So the server access will be arranged from the day we start the practical topic. So as of today, tomorrow, we are only going to talk about the concepts. We are not going to see anything in the system. But once we start our activities in system, I'm also expecting you to perform those activities in the system. And for that reason, the system access will be provided. No, it is 3 months of server access is already included in your fees. So there is no extra fees that you need to pay for the server for initial 3 months. After 3 months, if you want to continue the server access, then there are some nominal charges applicable, but it is up to you, because once we complete the batch, if you want to continue practicing on the server, which is definitely recommended, but there is no hard and fast rule that you have to get it from us only. If you want, you can, maybe if you're already working in a company, they have the sandbox system, you can use that also for your practice. Okay, so now I think we got enough understanding of what to be expect out of the course. Now I will take you through our first topic for today. Just give me a minute, let me share the screen with that file with you. Okay, so now we are starting with our first topic, that is overview to SAP S/4HANA. I think screen is still not visible. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to locate that file. Yeah, let me share my screen once again. Okay, please confirm if you are able to see my screen now. Okay, so let's start our first topic, that is overview to SAP S/4HANA. The slides also will be shared with you. So these are the slides that we are going to discuss over next 3 sessions. Right, so we'll start with the basics today. Tomorrow we will continue some of the slides, and on next Saturday we'll be able to complete this entire topic. So first thing first, we are here to learn SAP. What exactly is SAP? Now, some of you might be already knowing SAP. As I told you, it really depends upon from what background you are coming from. But as I told you, I have created this course for complete beginners. So I don't want to take a chance and avoid speaking about the basics. So if you already know, you can relax. But if you don't know, please understand what exactly is SAP. So SAP is an ERP. The first thing that you need to understand is an SAP is an ERP. What do you mean by ERP? ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. Now, what is Enterprise Resource Planning? Enterprise Resource Planning, in simple words, it is just a software. Okay, ERP is one type of software. But then why I'm not saying SAP is a software? Definitely, that is also the right way to say SAP is also the software. But to be very specific, SAP is an ERP software. Okay, why we want to say SAP is an ERP software? How the ERP software is different than the other softwares? When we say software, software can be a very small software or it can be the very large software. Examples of the small software. Let's say a small company has created a invoice printing software. So this software will help you to print the invoice. Another small company, they came up with accounting software. This software will allow them to do the day-to-day accounting. Another software which is related to HR. So there is another company who is providing the HR related software, which will allow you the payroll. You can do the payroll using that software. So there can be small softwares for the specific purpose, small purpose. But when we say ERP software, this is not a small software which is only for accounting. This is not a small software which is only for payroll. This is not a small software which is only for printing. This is not the software which is only for inventory management. This is not the software which is only for sales, only for purchase, only for manufacturing. This is a software which is having all the features required by the organization. Think about a very big organization, Apple, Google, right? Amazon. Think about all these big names. You will find SAP is used everywhere. Okay, why they are using SAP? Because they have different processes. Okay, they have sales, they have purchase, they have accounting. Okay, some of them may have manufacturing. So all these different processes, they don't want to use different softwares, small softwares for each activities. They want one big software which can allow them accounting, which can allow them purchase, which can allow them sales, manufacturing, HR. And I'm just giving you the very basic information on the modules which are available in SAP. There are more than 50-60 modules to take care of the different departments of your organization. Right? So when we say SAP is an ERP, this means SAP is a big software which is having all the different features: sales, purchase, accounting, manufacturing, HR, quality management, project systems, plant maintenance, right? These are just examples. All these features are available in the single software. So this is the largest software in the world, which is being used by largest companies in the world. You think about any largest company in the world, you will find SAP is being used there. Right? So the full form stands for Systems, Applications and Products in Data Processing. Actually, this was a German full form, but this is the English converted full form: Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. It was founded in 1972, so just 2 years back they celebrated 50 years. Okay, and it is a German-based company. It was started or founded by 5 IBM engineers. So there were 5 IBM engineers who were working in IBM. They left the IBM job and they started the SAP. Okay, now SAP is a very big company across the world. Okay, it is a business software package designed to integrate all areas of business. As I told you, it is a software package which integrates all the areas of business. What are the areas of business? Purchase, sales, manufacturing. These are all the different areas of your business. And it is designed for all type of businesses. So you talk about manufacturing, you talk about chemical company, you talk about construction company, you talk about telecommunication, you talk about retail, you talk about professional services. Okay, you think about any industry and the top players, top companies in that industry, you will find they are using SAP. That is the power of SAP, right? So if you are learning SAP and if you do it properly and you become a SAP consultant, you will find that the nature of projects which are available on SAP, huge projects, there are very high chances that you will be working on one of the largest projects in the world, right? Obviously, I'm not saying on day one itself you will get the chance to work, but yes, there are high chances that you will be landing up working for those companies which are very, very big companies across the world. Okay, just to give you an example, today, if you ask me on which projects I'm working, I'm not allowed to take the name of the projects, but I will tell you I'm working currently. Today, I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about what I've done in the last 15 years. Today, I'm working on because I'm a freelancer, because I'm also taking the projects on my company. I can definitely work on multiple projects. So one of the project is a US based company and it is into the medical equipments manufacturing, right? Again, if you search for that particular name, you will find it is the largest company in US for the medical equipments. Another company where I'm working today is again the German based company. They are also 100%, you must have, okay, maybe I'll take the name also. Siemens, everybody has heard. I'm working on the Siemens projects also. Apart from that, I'm working in some of the companies in Middle East, right? They are also the largest companies, public sector companies. You know, public sector means government entities in Middle East. Most of the projects in Middle East, you will find they are in the public sector companies. So think about this situation. It is not only the manufacturing company, it is not only the retail company, it is not only the professional service company, even the public sector companies in Middle East and in many countries are using SAP. So it is not only for the specific business. It is not only that SAP is a retail software or SAP is a service-based company software. It is a software which is used across the different type of businesses. Okay. And what we are trying to understand here is SAP S4HANA. SAP S4HANA is a product from SAP which is being used by the largest companies across the world. But that doesn't mean that SAP is only catering to the requirements of the largest companies. SAP, on the other hand, they are also having different products which are catering to the small and the medium sector also. So think about this situation again. You are learning that is not restricted to any location. All companies across the world, you talk about US, you talk about Europe, you talk about Middle East, you talk about Asia, you talk about Australia, you will find it is one of the largest product or largest software which is being used in all the different countries. You talk about any industry, again you will find SAP is used in every industry. Okay, you talk about any component or you talk about any functionality within the organization, you will find it is catering to all the requirements of all the different departments of your organization. So that is a software that you are learning, and if you follow it properly, okay, definitely you are going to work on the largest companies in the world. And obviously, the more uh, big the company is, they will help you grow better compared to the small companies, right? So please keep those things in mind. And uh, registration is just one thing. If you registered for the course, it is just one thing, but if you are following it properly, definitely you will get the benefit of that. Okay, as I told you, what is the ERP system? ERP system means it is not only catering to the requirement of a particular department. ERP system allows you to manage your financials, manage your supply chain, manage your manufacturing, human resource, customer relationship management, and many more. These are just examples. So ERP system is taking care of all the different business processes of your organization. Now, why SAP is so powerful? Is this like SAP is an only ERP? The answer is no. There are a lot of other ERP products available in the market. Oracle apps, Microsoft Dynamics. Okay, so big companies like Microsoft, Oracle, they also have their own products. Okay, but if you see the market share of SAP, it is much more, and especially from last 10-15 years, many companies they migrated from the other ERPs to SAP. Why? What are the some of the benefits of SAP? Number one, it is integrated, which means it allows all the different activities. Number two, SAP allows to follow the best business practices. So SAP is built uh, on the base that for all the different type of industries, SAP provides the base practice, which means if it is a manufacturing company, SAP processes can be handled in different way because manufacturing company have their own requirements. If it is a retail company, SAP has provided the best practices for them also. If it is a service-based company, again, the best practices are provided for the services company also. So SAP has kept the software in such a way that it can be customized, okay, or it can be suited to different type of businesses using the different best practices. It is enterprise wide, so entire organization will be using SAP. It supports multiple currencies. Now, obviously, if I want to use a big software, think about Amazon. Amazon is having headquarters in US. They are having offices in across the world, right? India, UAE, you can say UK, you can say Europe, everywhere Amazon is available. Now, obviously, in India, if they are doing the transactions, they need to do in INR. In US, they will do it in USD. In Europe, they will do in Euro. Okay, in Middle East or maybe in UAE, they will be doing dirhams. So it is a software which allows multiple currencies. We can have multiple currencies. We can do the transactions in different currencies, and still we can generate the reports at the headquarter level. Multiple languages, right? SAP allows multiple languages. So if you want to work with SAP, if you want to do some transaction in SAP, you can log in SAP as English language. But same in Europe, let's say in German, someone wants to do the transactions. They don't prefer to use English as a language. They can change the language of SAP to German, and the software will be converted. Everything will be converted to the German language. It would be easier for the user to do the transactions. And most importantly, secure information. So within the organization, if I'm using one single software, there might be payroll information which should be only available to the payroll department. If I'm using the same software for manufacturing also, for finance also, for purchasing also, for sales also, if a purchasing team goes into the payroll confidential data and they get that information, it is a big risk, right? So even though same software is being used by different departments of the organization, they will be only able to see the information which is designed for them, right? So if you want to control what information should be available to which department, that can be also controlled in SAP with the help of secure information. Okay. In terms of the modules, you can see in SAP S/4HANA, there are different modules. Financial accounting takes care of accounting processes. Controlling takes care of the product costing COPA component. We have asset accounting, which we are going to discuss in detail. So financial accounting, asset accounting, these are the topics you will understand in detail, but there are a lot of other modules also in SAP. Right, so from the supply chain point of view, we have sales and distribution, which is going to help the companies in their sales processes. We have materials management module, which will help in the purchase and inventory management. We have production planning module, which is for the manufacturing. We have quality management module to verify the quality of the products, plant maintenance module, HR module, and then PS module, project systems, workflow, industry solutions. These are just examples. Right, these are core modules. These are the modules which are implemented by each and every company. Okay, if they are following those processes. For example, if a company is not into manufacturing, definitely they will not use PP module. But these modules, FI, CO, asset accounting, SD, MM, these are the core modules which are used by all the companies across the world. Every company will do some sales, every company will do some purchase. Okay, and obviously without accounting, there is no existence of the company. So these are the components which will be used by each and every company. And one more important thing for you, because you are from SAP FICO, any company who is using SAP, they cannot use SAP without SAP FI. CO is optional, but FI is something which each and every company across the world, whoever is using SAP, they will be using FI module. That is the reason there is always a huge demand of SAP FI consultants across the world. Right? Not only huge demand, but the rates. Okay, the USD rates, hourly rates, monthly rates are normally high, more than 20-30% high compared to other modules. Okay, so if you are working in the US project, when they release the job, for example, they are looking for FI consultant, they will pay, I'm just giving the example, they will pay, let's say $3,000 to SD consultant. But if you see the same job for FI consultant, it would be around 4,000, 4,500. So there is always 20 to 30% rates which are higher to SAP FI consultants. Right, so this is something which is good for you when you are going into the SAP FI domain. I am not saying that these modules are not good. I'm not saying that these modules are lower rates. That is all fine, but it totally depends upon your background. It doesn't mean that everybody should go to FI. If you want to go to FI, you need to understand the basics of accounting also, without which it would be difficult to digest the topics. Okay, maybe the last one or two topics for today, and then we will call it off for today. It's too much for day one. The last slide. So SAP S/4HANA was introduced in 2015. So around 10 years back. All right, we are in 2025 now. SAP S/4HANA was launched in 2015. Before SAP S/4HANA, these are the old products from SAP. So the first product which SAP came up with after their foundation was R1, which is not in this list because that was a very small software. But actual ERP product, the first ERP product which was delivered from SAP was SAP R2, which was in 1979. Then R3 in 1992. Then ERP, or you can say ECC, ECC and ERP is same, in 2004. And finally, SAP S/4HANA in 2015. There are, whatever new projects are going on, the companies who are implementing the SAP for the first time, they are directly going to SAP S/4HANA. So most of the projects currently you will find they are on SAP S/4HANA. There are still some customers who are using SAP ECC. Okay, maybe 20, 30 or 40% of the customers who are still on ECC. But there is a deadline from SAP. Those of you who don't know, there is a deadline from SAP that those customers who are still not on SAP S/4HANA, they need to migrate to SAP S/4HANA by 2027. okay, in another 2 years. After that 2 years, SAP will stop the support of old products. So it is mandatory for all the customers who are using SAP, either R3 or ERP, to move to SAP S/4HANA in next 2 years. And that is the reason there is a huge demand of the consultants who can help the companies to migrate. Right? Obviously, for migration, first you need to understand what is SAP S/4HANA. In addition to that, if you want to go for the migration projects, you can also learn how to perform the migration from ERP to S/4HANA. Okay, but that is something which you can decide later, whether you want to do the fresh implementation projects or you want to work on the ERP to S/4HANA conversion projects. You can learn in the job also. I'm not saying that for each and every activity you need to learn through the training institutes. Many things you will learn when you start working on the projects. Okay, you don't need to spend. Companies will spend on you to learn that. Okay, there are some companies who are still using R3. Okay, it is really surprising, but yes, maybe not much, 5% of the companies, they are still using R3. So they need to migrate to SAP S/4HANA as soon as possible. Okay, so just to summarize what we learned from SAP S/4HANA perspective, SAP S/4HANA is a new product from SAP. The full form is SAP Business Suite for SAP HANA. Okay, and the other topics, what you are able to see here, this we will discuss one by one in detail. It requires a proper explanation. Okay, and I don't want to pressurize you on the day one. Let's keep it simple today. Try to make sure that all the whatever important things I told you, make sure that those are set up. Make sure that whatever is expected from you, you are following that, so that when tomorrow we meet, we go through these topics in detail. Okay, anyone, any doubts? Now we are open for the doubt session. You can just type your question on the chat screen, or you can raise your hand so that I know you have the doubt and I allow you to unmute yourself. Okay, maybe towards the end, I will also unmute all in case if you're not raising the hand, you can definitely go through your questions. Ranjit is saying they are still working on ECC. So as I told you, there are still some customers who are using ECC, but this is a good chance for you, Ranjit. It means you are already working with the company who is using SAP ECC. There are high chances that this company will go migrate to SAP S/4HANA. So if you want to stick with them, you will get a good knowledge on understanding how the migration projects are done. Yes, so the slides as well as the recordings will be shared with you. Okay, so you will be getting the email on how to access the recording, and tomorrow when we'll meet again, I will explain you how are you going to access the recordings and the training materials. Sanjay is asking by when we get the recorded videos from the past sessions. So normally as soon as you register, Sanjay, my team shares the video recordings, but if you are not received, I will again recommend you to just reach out to my team and just tell them that I want the access to the old videos. They will immediately provide you. Okay, I think all those questions that you are raising, I already answered. Let me just tell you once again. So Julian is asking when I can get the link to the August batch. As I told you, Julian, so we'll be sending it via the mail, the August batch as well as the current batch, because I'm also going to share you the document that I used, which is also having that link. Jui is saying usually getting entry as a fresher in SAP is difficult. How we can get into this? So Jui, as I told you, if you learn this properly, it is not going to be very difficult for you to get the entry. Most of the time, what happens in the industry is you enroll for the course, but you don't complete it, and then you say I have invested my amount, but I'm not getting opportunities. That is not the right way. If you already invested, you need to invest your time also. You need to practice a lot. If you do all those things, with that much knowledge, definitely there are many companies, small companies, medium companies, who are ready to hire these skilled resources. So if you do it properly, that is my guarantee that you will be landing up the opportunity. But if you are just enrolling and not attending the sessions, even if you are attending the sessions, you are not completing your activities, then definitely you will not be able to perform. Even if you get a chance to go into the interview, you will not be able to crack, because you need to learn everything so that you are able to perform in that interview. Okay, just give me a minute now. I will share the WhatsApp group link also here. All of you have that link and you can immediately join that group. Yeah, now it is on the chat screen. Yes, Pandana is asking, we'll be getting training on 2023 server, right? Yes, you'll be getting the training on the latest server, that is 2023. Ranjit is saying, I have 9 years of experience. How does this course help me in my previous experience? Will be helpful. So you have experience in finance. So this course will help you to understand how SAP works if you are planning to start your career as an SAP consultant, and whether your previous experience will be considered. See, definitely it would be helpful. The question number one is whether it would be helpful. Your previous experience will be definitely helpful to understand the course properly, because you are not new to the accounting terms. You'll be able to understand AP, AR, asset accounting. You just need to understand how it works in SAP. And number two, whether it will be counted for the job. It totally depends upon where you are applying. Okay, there are some companies who will count, may not be 9 years, even if they consider this as 4 to 5 years, they can count that. But if you directly apply for the big organizations who are only in consulting, like Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, Capgemini, they may not consider, right? So you need to look out for the opportunities where your old knowledge or old experience is also getting considered. I hope I answered, Ranjit. If you have any further doubts, you can go ahead. Yeah. Okay, now I am just allowing you, all of you, to unmute, but please only unmute if you have doubt, and make sure that multiple people are not unmuting at the same time. It will create a lot of confusion. Okay, so I'm allowing the mic to all of you. Just go ahead one by one if you have any further doubts. You just need to unmute yourself. If you have any doubt, just unmute yourself.
So hi, yeah, hi Vikram. So I have one question. So
Yeah.
you mentioned I received one email from Govind. So that's the only like link for a video, right? Because it's mentioned just to click on join, and I can see some of the videos there.
Yes, yes. See, I'm not sure which link was shared by Govind. Either it would be the January last year batch, or it would be the August this year batch. Last year batch, sorry. So in both the cases, the objective is same. I want you to go through the videos and come prepared in the session as a proactive. Okay, if you want to be proactive, you can follow that. Otherwise, if you don't have time, you can directly come to this session and you can attend this session. But if you have time and you want to be proactive, you can definitely go through the recordings of the previous batch and come up with the doubts in this batch. So irrespective whether it is a January batch or August batch, the ultimate purpose is to help you with the videos of my previous batch. So it is fine. If you already received the link from Govind, you can just follow that link.
Yeah, it's mentioned January batch.
Yeah, yeah. So it is a January batch videos, last January batch videos which has been provided, but that is completely fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
Yeah. Hi, Vikram. Lakshmikant this side. A quick
Yes.
question is that I don't know. I'm not sure if the problem from my side, but I'm not getting any emails from the group from your side. So I just wanted to be doubly sure, but because even there are other people who mentioned that they keep getting emails on different communications, but I am not seeing any because I keep following up personally with the other group which I have. I mean the individual which I keep asking for questions. Other than that, I don't see any communications being sent.
Lakshmikant, you got the email for joining this session?
Yeah, that I have received in a personal in a WhatsApp because I don't see that those emails
So maybe I think there is
being.
something wrong with your email ID. Maybe it is not updated properly in our records.
Sorry, Gaurav, but I have created a personal email address only for this particular course because I don't want to spam my other email box.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting all the active promotional emails, but I'm not sure why I'm not receiving anything which is
No, no,
in particular.
promotional. Yeah, I got your point. See, promotional is different because promotional is directly linked to the website. But
Yeah,
the mails that my team is sending, they have another Excel in which they maintain that. So maybe that is not properly maintained. Just give me a minute. I will just let me see if I can verify your email ID.
sure, sure. Yeah.
Just give me a minute. So Lakshmikant.
Vikram, Nishant here.
Yeah, Nishan, just 1 minute. Let me just complete this part.
Okay.
Yeah. Lakshmikant, what I can see your email ID is Murli Kant Daruri at gmail.com.
Perfect. Yeah.
Just verify. I will just post this on the chat. Just verify if all the spellings are correct.
Mm-hmm. Sure, sure.
Is there anything wrong with the spelling?
No, no, Vikram. Everything is correct. I think I see it's all the alphabets which are mentioned in the email address are correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. In
Yeah.
in that, let me just check with my team. There is something wrong.
Sure, sure, Vikram. Thank you so much.
Okay. But you are on the WhatsApp, right? Because most of the
Yeah, I just
communication happens through
I
WhatsApp.
just joined the group. Yeah, I just joined the group.
Yeah, yeah. Just make sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, sorry. I think someone was asking something.
Yeah, Nishant here, sir.
Yes.
I just want if one information regarding this under this course we are covering the LTMC part also, LTMC LSMW.
See, there are some topics which I'll be covering as a live session, and there are some
Okay.
topics which I'll be providing you the additional videos because that is not something. See, LTMC and all, this is not something which is part of your FI certification. So those
Right.
topics which are important from the FI certification point of view, I'll be covering during the session in the live sessions. And there are some topics
Mhm.
for which I'll be providing you the videos. So LTMC is one of the topic which I'll be providing you the video.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone? Any other doubts?
Hi, Vikram.
Yes, Ranjit.
Yeah, actually, I told you that I have experience of more than 9 years in finance. So,
Mhm.
like in ECC, like I'm working on the ECC from last 1 year. But
Mhm.
I know about FA, fixed assets, and APAR fully. But I don't know like how to use this in SAP. So will you also provide us that,
That is the whole
like how
purpose
to
of
use
this.
in SAP? Okay,
I'm not going to train you the accounting. I'm only going to train you how the accounting will be done in SAP. So as you said, you have the knowledge on accounting, but you want to know how this accounting will be handled in SAP. That is the whole purpose of this course.
okay,
Yeah. And again, I'm not only going to show you how accounting is performed in SAP, I'm also going to show you how, as a consultant, you will be able to configure the system so that as an accountant, someone is able to perform their day-to-day activities. Right. So it is
okay,
consultant plus end user. At the end of this course, you will be confident enough to get started as a consultant, but you will be also able to perform the end user activity, which I don't want you to do because consultant level jobs are going to pay you a very good amount compared to the end user jobs.
okay.
Yeah.
So how can we like integrate to the consultant? Like right now I'm working in as a financer. So
Sorry, can you come again?
like right now I'm working as in accounting finance. So how can I integrate my career to the consultant with this experience?
No, see, the first thing that you need to do is learn. That is what you are doing in this course, right? Once you learn how the SAP consulting is performed, with that knowledge, you will start applying for the opportunities, consultant level opportunities.
Okay.
In your company, are they using SAP? That is another way. I'm not only asking you this question, it is a question to everyone. If you want to get your first opportunity within your same company itself, in that case also you can look out for the internal switch from your current role to SAP consultant role. But in your company, if there is no opportunity of SAP, then you have to look out for the opportunities outside your organization.
Okay.
Vikram sir
Okay.
here. So
Yes.
when can we expect the, because I haven't received any email for the August batch or maybe the, last year August batch, because I just want to make sure I attend only the sessions which are more meaningful to me rather than being available on each session.
No, no. So as I told you, the slide that I shared today, in that I have provided all the links, and I'll be sharing these slides with you, the
Okay,
PPT with you, so that you have the link of all the important things.
got you. Yeah,
Yeah. But I'll take some time because I need to make sure that all the important links are posted in that. There are some links which we'll be creating today. For example, this video, the recording that is happening now, this will be also available on our portal, and there will be the link to access the current batch recording also. I will add that link also, and I will send you one single document which will have all the important links.
perfect. And I think the system access what you're gonna provide, it'll have the best practices already configured, right? Maybe.
Yes, best practices will be already configured, but I don't want you to follow those. I want you to do it on your own.
Got you. Okay.
So best practices are there. 1710 company code is already there with all the best practices. But
Okay.
as I told you, I want you to become a consultant. As a consultant, you will not use whatever is provided. You will be setting up your own environment.
Perfect. Yeah. Sounds good. Thanks.
So Gaurav, one last question from my side. Do we
Yeah.
have the same, training link for all the classes, or will a new link will be shared on the day before the classes?
This link, which is shared with you, it is available for 2 days, today and tomorrow.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So
Next week
every
on,
week we'll have
no,
new
next week
links.
on, there will be single link which will be throughout the course.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I can see many questions are coming related to the previous batch recordings. Let me clarify once again. I understand that previous batch recordings may not be shared with you as of now. Today, I'll be sending you the PPT that I shown you in which there was a link. So that PPT you will get, and from that PPT you will be able to access those videos. So I understand as of now you don't have the access to the previous recordings. No need to worry. We'll be sharing that link to you today. And tomorrow I will also explain you how to watch the video through that link. So just be patient and we will talk about this tomorrow. Okay. Any other doubts? Anyone?
Hey, Vikram.
Yes, Sanjay.
Yeah, hi. I just want to ask, so you're going to share the configuration documents as well with us? Because if you have any Word documents or any PDFs and all that, because the step-by-step implement when we go into the system and how to do the customization and all that.
I will say yes, also no, also. I'll provide the documents, but my intention is that you, after going through my sessions, you should be able to create your own version of the documents. Because if you just go to Google and try typing that you want SAP FICO configuration documents, you will find multiple documents available for free. But just downloading it and keeping it on your PC is not going to help. You have to do it on your own. You have to create your own screenshots, then only it will help. So normally I ask each one of the participant to create their own version of the documents which will remain with them throughout their life. So that is my recommendation.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fair this thing, but it's very complicated. I have tried it earlier also. I am actually a certified SAP FICO consultant. I have done it a bit many years ago. But when I was trying to do it on my own, doing the customization, and I looked at some of the documents and all that, but the step by step, the documentation with this, not really the screenshot, but just a Word document or PDF document, which actually tells us, step by step. Okay, let's say, for example, if we have to create a house bank, we have to create a bank account, or we have to create a payment plan or something, APP, and all those settings and all that. So that is not easy to really go through 1.5 hour session or 2 hour session here, and then actually go and do that on my own. I think that's my own assessment. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Mhm.
that's very tough unless until there is some documentation that
Mhm.
clearly articulates that step by step. There are like
Yeah.
thousands of places where you have to go and like check this box, check that box, check this, check that.
Yeah, but see, I definitely agree with you. But that is, see, if you want to do this activity one time, just if your intention is just to complete that task once, then definitely document is helpful. But if you really want to do these activities in future without looking at any document, then you have to spend some time. Okay, I'll just give you an example. Today, if you want to create a house bank, I can provide you one document. You will just follow that document. After 10 days, again, if you want to do the same thing, you have to refer to the same document once again.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is when you are creating the house bank for the first time, if you follow my video, definitely it is not going to be very easy. It is not going to be very like short.
It's
It
not
is
a cakewalk
definitely
for sure.
2 hours of video, and you will stop and watch, stop and watch. Maybe it will take 4 hours. But once you watch that video, once you understand each and every field, and once you create your own document, after watching that video, after this 4 hour of spend, I'm guaranteeing you, even after 2 months, if you want to create that, you don't need any document to do that. So that is the reason. Normally, I recommend if you really want to understand those concepts and if you really want to be confident on that subject, rather than just following the document, try to create your own document. Once you create your own document, you may not need that document maybe for, you will only need something. For example, if you are not done a particular activity for years, you can always open up that document and you can just go through it. So it is just, I'm not saying I'm not going to give, I will give that, but my recommendation is uh, don't just follow that document, try to understand those concepts and create your own version.
Yeah, I agree, completely agree with you, because I think when we actually do it ourselves, then
Yeah,
we will understand it more. But yeah, I think there has to be a method to the madness, because I feel like it's really crazy amount of
yeah.
customization that that
No,
needs
no,
to be
we'll
done.
make it easy. Don't worry about that, Sanjay. We'll make it very easy.
I know you're an expert, so I trust your judgment.
No problem. Okay, so normally in the first session, I do the introduction to the participants also. I just want to hold it as of now. Maybe on next Saturday, we will spend 15-20 minutes of time towards the end to have the introduction to all of you, because There are few guys who were not able to join today. They will be joining from next week. So next week we'll have the short introduction to all of you so that you also know each other. You can support each other. If you share your knowledge with each other, that would definitely help you to get confidence on your own also, and that will also help others to learn the things faster. So we'll talk about that in more detail in the next week. Okay then, so anything you want to clarify before we close today's session? Otherwise we are good to close, and we'll meet tomorrow to continue our discussion on overview to SAP S/4HANA. Okay, a lot of thumbs up, great. I hope this session was helpful, and we will continue our discussion tomorrow. Thank you, bye.
Thank you, Vikram.